On the distant farm, a little boy named Blake wakes up with the alarm and starts to make bed. He is having breakfast when his father, Grady, comes and they go out hunting. On their way, they enjoy the beautiful view of the valley. As they search for food, his father lectures him on how to survive in the jungle. Suddenly, the boy sees a deer. Grady also sees it and aims at the deer, but it runs away. Suddenly, he notices that Blake is not there and frantically starts to look for him. Blake starts to look for the deer, but suddenly sees a weird creature that vanishes. He then hears a growling noise. He is scared and is about to fall when his father comes and scolds him. But he also hears the noise. He points the gun but finds nothing. He scans and finds a tower and orders Blake to climb it, and he does so. Grady joins him as well. They close the gate and point the gun at the door. The growling noise comes closer and the creature attacks the door, but it vanishes after some time. Grady checks outside and sees a half-eaten deer lying there. He also gets a glimpse of the creature and shoots, but it vanishes in the jungle. Blake asks his father about what it is, but he says that it's just a bear. At night, Blake hears his father talking on the radio and telling someone that he saw the man wolf and he will capture it. He asks the guy to join him on the hunt. Blake makes a noise accidentally and Grady sees him and figures that he has overheard him. Now Blake is all grown up and lives in the city. He has a daughter named Ginger. They have a great relationship, but Blake does lose his temper from time to time, but he tries to keep him composed. They are at home when his wife Charlotte comes and hands him over some letter. He reads it and tells his wife the government has declared his father dead, who was missing for some time. They have also received the key to the house his father lived in. Upon hearing the news, his daughter and wife console him. One day, Blake meets his wife at her workplace with lunch. He says that they have not been doing good and he wants to make things better as he does not want to lose his family. He asks her to visit his father's place to pick up things that will allow all of them to spend time together. Charlotte is reluctant but agrees. They share a fun banter on their way to the house. As they go into jungly, he has difficulties to remember the path to the house. He checks his mobile for the map, but there is no service. Charlotte notices that there is a tower and a man is standing with a gun. He starts to come toward them. Charlotte is afraid and asks him to drive off, but Blake ensures that there is no problem. The man comes there and Blake tells him that they are looking for his father's house, Grady. The man recognizes him and says his name is Derek. Blake also recognizes him and asks for directions. He offers to guide them as the usual road is closed. Blake introduces him to his family and they start to drive. They are chatting when suddenly Blake sees a creature standing on the road. He tries to avoid it and drives the car off of a cliff. The car is hanging from the tree and he checks to see if everyone is okay. Derek tries to open the door and falls to the ground. He tells his daughter to climb from the window and they do so. In the side mirror, he sees the creature is coming. He closes the door immediately, but the creature attacks and scratches his arm. He sees that the creature attacks Derek and takes away his body. Blake also climbs up from the window. They get down and try to make a way out of the jungle. Blake sees the house but hears the creature growling nearby. They run towards the house as the creature starts to follow them. Blake hurriedly opens the door and gets inside, narrowly abiding the creature. The creature bangs on the door. Blake locks the door and checks if the other doors are locked. He finds a torch and goes to the basement. He finds the power button and turns on the generator and the house lights up. He then checks outside to see if anything is out there. He goes to his daughter to ask if she is okay. Ginger is sleeping but wakes up. Blake apologizes to her for putting them in such a scary situation and says he will protect them till his last breath. He then goes to Charlotte and says that they must block the door with something heavy. Charlotte, tensed, asks what was that thing that attacked them. He replies he does not know, but it looked like an animal that was standing on 2 feet. He then starts to block the door. He tells Charlotte that they should call for help. Upon asking how, he brings out his father's radio machine. They set it up and try to connect with others but fail. Blake smells something, goes to a room and finds his father's old beef jerky. He takes a piece and tries to eat it, but one of his teeth falls off. Charlotte is shocked to see this and immediately tends to him and finds his hand injured. He says that it happened because of the window, but Charlotte says that it looks more like a scratch mark. She puts some medicine there and covers it. Charlotte and Ginger are sleeping and Blake is barricading the house. He feels his senses are heightened. He can feel a spider upstairs. He also starts to feel the creature's presence outside. He goes towards the door. Suddenly, the creature grabs his leg and starts to pull him. Charlotte takes an axe and starts to hit its hands and it releases Blake. He screams in agony and faints. He wakes up on the sofa. He hears something from the basement and goes to check and finds Charlotte is trying to contact someone saying that her husband is super sick and has been infected by a virus. She sees Blake and Blake tries to speak, but only gibberish comes out of his mouth. His appearance is starting to change. Charlotte takes him to bed. Ginger sees him in that condition as well, which scares her. Blake sees that his hair is starting to fall. Charlotte gives him a paper and pen to write down what he wants to say. He writes the word dying. She asks him not to worry and says that he will be alright. Ginger also comes to check on her father. They see that the wounds are bleeding. Charlotte opens the bandage and sees that the infection has started to spread. Suddenly, Blake snaps and starts to starch and bite his wound. A few minutes later, he comes to his senses. Charlotte decides they can't wait any longer. She goes to the basement and finds an old battery and some wires. She takes Blake and Ginger goes outside to get to the car. She puts Blake and Ginger inside the car. Ginger is super tense while Blake is transforming rapidly. She opens the engine and connects the battery with the wire. After struggling for a few minutes, the car starts. She goes outside, removes the battery, and gets ready to drive away. But as she starts the wiper, the creature is in front. It breaks open the window and attacks them. They get out of the car and take a ladder and climb the greenhouse as the creature follows them. It gets inside and tries to attack them. The roof of the greenhouse tears and Ginger falls from there. The creature about grabs her, but Charlotte and Blake manage to get her up. Blake indicates they go towards the house. He goes down and goes toward the jungle, and the creature follows him. Charlotte takes Ginger and gets back to the house. But Ginger is upset as to why she left Blake out there. Charlotte calms her down by saying that he did it to protect her. Suddenly, she hears someone outside. She checks from the window and it's Blake panting outside. Charlotte opens the door, he enters and falls by the sofa. Ginger goes towards his father and asks him if he is okay. Suddenly, he starts to lose his nail and vomits blood, and a finger comes out. Ginger is afraid and moves back. Blake aggressively goes toward Charlotte but stops after a few minutes and goes toward the door. As he opens the door, the creature attacks him. They start to fight. The creature pushes Blake to the ground while Charlotte takes a knife and stabs him. The creature now goes after Charlotte and Ginger. Charlotte puts Ginger into a room and locks it. As the creature is about to attack her, Blake lunges at it. But the creature again overpowers him and starts to pull him by the leg. Charlotte attacks it with an iron rod. It becomes unhinged and tries to attack her when Black grabs it and cuts open its throat, killing it. He then sees the same tattoo on the creature's hands that his father had. He figures that it's no one else but his father, Grady. Blake then goes outside of the house. In the garden, he fully transforms into a wolf and starts howling. Inside the house, Ginger asks why Daddy is sick. Charlotte replies that for many years Blake's father was lost in the jungle and was infected by some unknown virus. He was sick and now he has given the same sickness to Blake. Ginger is devastated and hugs Charlotte. Suddenly the power goes off and the house gets dark. Charlotte goes towards the window and finds Blake looking at her. Suddenly Blake goes up to the rooftop. Charlotte can hear sounds from upstairs and she grabs the knife and stands in front of the stairs. As Charlotte looks toward Ginger, she sees Blake behind her. Scared, she screams and Ginger goes toward her. Blake goes toward them and tries to grab Ginger when Charlotte slashes him with the knife. They get out of the house, enter the farm, and lock it, but Blake comes there and starts to dig under the door to get inside the room. He enters the room, but it's pitch black. But now with his night vision powers, he can see them hiding under a box. He goes toward them and gets bear trapped. Charlotte turns on the light and Blake tries to go towards them but is stopped by the chain. Charlotte takes Ginger and runs out of the rooms toward the jungle. Blake starts to cut his trapped leg with his mouth, gets out, and crawls behind them. Charlotte is running through the jungle with Ginger when she sees the tower. She also finds the remains of Derek. She searches the place and finds Derek's gun and grabs it. She then sees Blake sitting on their crashed car. She and Ginger climb the tower. She can hear Blake coming towards them and points the gun at the door. Blake climbs and looks towards them. Ginger tells Charlotte that Blake wants her to shoot him and release him from this misery. Charlotte is reluctant, but as Blake tries to break the door, she shoots him. Both of them sit beside his dying body and break down in tears. Charlotte and Ginger are leaving when they see the beautiful valley. So this was the recap of the 2025 movie Wolfman. If you like this, check out our channel and subscribe. Enjoy other videos as well.